You may have noticed that the Filipina you've been chatting with may have 2 or even more Facebook accounts, and sometimes she may not even be using her real name on 1 or more of these accounts. Does this throw up a red flag, or could there be another more valid explanation? To find out the truth, be sure to buckle up and stay with me here. In the West, most people, or at least genuine people, will have just one Facebook account, and most of us genuine people will use our real name or at least a portion of our name for our account. The fact is, in the Philippines, they do love Facebook, and Filipinos are one of the countries that most use this platform. I've had many men who have been chatting to or in an online relationship with a Filipina who've suddenly discovered that she has more than one Facebook account, and of course, this has caused some concern to these guys. Now, the obvious solution to find out why she has 2 or more accounts is rather simple, and that is to ask her. But it seems many guys haven't built enough trust with the Filipina to believe her reasons, which is fair enough if the relationship is rather new. So what I've discovered in the past years of having this channel and speaking to many Filipinas is there are a couple of reasons why a Filipina may have more than one Facebook account. The first reason is that she may wish to keep her private life separate from her dating life. Now, this can be to hide the fact that she may be speaking to many foreign guys at once, or it can be that she simply wants to keep that part of her life separate so family members don't start asking questions that she really isn't ready to answer at that time. Now, we must remember that Filipinos overall are rather private people, and this is why she may use a fake name. Not always to deceive you, but for her privacy until she gets to know you better to the point where she feels she can trust you. When we look at all the foreign men who get online to play games with Filipinas, I certainly do understand that logic. But what other type of Filipinas may be using multiple accounts? Well, some Filipinas understand that they can make big money online by finding lonely and vulnerable foreign men, usually older men, who they can scam money from and have a better lifestyle for themselves. Their mindset is, if they can scam, say, 4 or 5 men out of $300 a month, which equals somewhere around 75,000 pesos a month, which is big money in the Philippines. And then that will allow her to meet all of her needs, and of course, the more Facebook accounts allows her to find more men to scam and increase her income, all the time hiding what she's doing from her family. These type of women will also generally have multiple dating profiles on several dating platforms, and often they'll use the same names on those dating sites as they have on Facebook. So if you see her different accounts on Facebook match those on dating sites, then she really has some questions to answer. Remember, on many dating sites you can always look to see when she was last active. So that way you know whether she's chatting to other men, which is important, especially if you guys are exclusive to each other or if you've been sending her money. And by the way, if you have been sending her money and she's actively chatting on dating sites, then that's a big red flag that she's scamming you. So run for the hills. But always remember, there are many more genuine Filipinas out there to be found than non-genuine ones. So if you're planning on going online to search for a Filipina, then be sure to go to a reputable and successful dating site such as Christian Filipina, which by the way is the only one I recommend, and you can create a free account by clicking on my link in the pinned comment and description. Then be sure to take your time to get to know the Filipina. Don't be giving her money before you've met her in person and feel good about her. And even then, limit the money to an amount you will never miss should things go wrong. Don't be one of those guys who buy her land and put a house on it, pay for her to start a business when she knows nothing about running a business, or pays for her education or even her family's education and living expenses. These are things that can come much later in the relationship, like after marriage if you wish. But be sure not to be rushed by the Filipina by her telling you that she loves you after a few days or even weeks. Or don't you push the L word too early. You can be sure that time is your best friend in getting to know the Filipina and what her intentions are with you. Is it to find a lifelong partner she can love until she's old? Or does she have an ulterior motive which will leave you devastated long term? Now be sure to use your observation skills from day one and pay attention to what she says, what she does, and how she acts. Does her stories over time not match up? Or does she act a certain way that gives you concern? Listen to your gut feeling, and if something seems off, then it probably is. These are all the things to watch out for when in a relationship with a Filipina, especially in the early stages. But don't be put off by thinking that they're all out to get you. As I said at the very start of this video, there are many genuine Filipinas who are looking for a man like you and may have good reason to have 2 Facebook accounts. So, whilst being careful, also be mindful that she may very well be the love of your life if you are patient enough and communicate well enough with her over time. In the meantime, I wish you much success in your search or in your current relationship with a Filipina. Thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.